Welcome back. I'm Jocelyn Bamford. My guest today is the president of the Coalition of Concerned Manufacturers and Businesses, Catherine Swift. Catherine, your organization weighed into the education debate. You have argued that education is to prepare students for a life in the workforce and that the education institutions in this country have become politicized. Let's hear what your other game changer had to say at the Game Changer of the Year Award. Here's Premier Blaine Higgs of New Brunswick.
So what do we hope happens through all of this is that people get their voice. The silent majority, as people often talk about, are no longer silent. They actually say, yeah, I too could speak up. And you know how many people, it's very encouraging to go down the street, go anywhere, and someone say, well, thank you very much. I appreciate you standing up for parents and parents' rights. But say it out loud. Say it to people. Write a story. Have a group together. Make people feel comfortable in challenge so many things that have been normalized in a society that continues to erode. And that's what we're up against.
Yes, the Premier got quite a round of applause for his stand on parents' rights. Catherine, what are your thoughts on Premier Higgs and what he had to say?
Well, again, he was bang on. And he was the first Premier in Canada to express this view of supporting parental rights, which to my mind should be a no-brainer. Gee, parents should have some rights here? Wow, what a concept. And good on him, because some people in his own cabinet opposed him and stepped down. But as he said, public opinion polls afterwards showed the vast majority of the public supported him. I really related to this because I think we at the Coalition perform a very similar role of making it okay to express certain views. I was in Ottawa a little while ago to celebrate the swearing in of a friend of ours, Jamil Javani, as a member of Parliament, and he had a little party afterwards, to celebrate. And I was chatting with somebody I didn't know, and he said, and he didn't know us, and he said, "What does your group do?" And another very seasoned lobbyist in Ottawa happened to be listening, and she said they were against the carbon tax before it was cool to be against the carbon tax. And I thought, yeah, you're right, we were. But it was an interesting juxtaposition because it showed once you say something, and if you do it obviously convincingly and sensibly, then you make it okay for other people to say that too. And this is where we don't mind being the skunk at the garden party. We will be. We'll stink out the joint. And we will express the concepts that need to be done on the part of our members. And then though, it's suddenly, oh yeah, gee, that's an interesting thing. Maybe we could support that too. So I think Higgs was bang on and good on him for taking the leadership. I just want to say that this year, having that gala with a Western Premier, solid conservative, courageous Western Premier and a counterpart in the East of Canada was a great unifying thing, I think, for our country. We loved our members that were there at the event, loved it, and got a little more insight, I think, into what the different regions think. And that's part of our mission, too. So I think as far as our gala goes, mission accomplished.
Well, Catherine, this is the part of the show that every week I ask my guests, if you're a politician, what 3 things would you do to grow the jobs and the economy? You're on the hot seat. What would you do?
Well, I did think about this long and hard because the list is actually probably endless, virtually endless. But I thought, number one, we got to get a grip on our fiscal policy in this country. We know we're cruising for another financial fiasco like we had in the mid-90s. We need to cut government sharply. Trudeau has increased it by 40% in 9 years. Absolutely outrageous. And are our public services any better? No. Say they're actually worse. He's everything he announces, there's a whole new department, a whole new bureaucracy that has to administer that. And we need to end that. We need to cut subsidies to all these third-party groups that are sucking up government money. We need to audit all these charities that shouldn't be charities in the first place. There's so many places to cut. I don't know where to begin, but there's a ton. And, that could be done. And I hope Pierre Poilievre is the next Prime Minister of Canada and does that. I know we don't have a lot of time, so I'm going to quickly talk about the next 2. Number 2 is tax reform. We are overtaxed in Canada. We have a complicated mess of a system. Everybody, accountants like it, but no Canadians do. So we need to fix that. Finally, I think we need to reestablish our place in the world. When Trudeau first came into power, he said Canada's back. He should have said Canada's backwards, because that's exactly what he's done to this country. We used to punch above our weight, and we can do that again.
Well, thank you, Catherine, for spending some time with us today to discuss your organization. We'll have you back again soon.
Thanks, Jocelyn.